Achilles stood at the gates of Troy, his golden armor gleaming like a beacon in the sun. The air crackled with tension, thick with the weight of destiny. Across the battlefield, Hector emerged from the shadows of the towering walls, his face grim but resolute. The defenders of Troy watched from above, their hopes resting on Hector's broad shoulders. The clash was inevitable, fated by the gods and etched in the stars. Achilles, fueled by rage over Patroclus' death, barely contained his fury. Hector, burdened by the duty of a prince and a protector, knew there was no retreat. They were warriors first, but men second, each with blood pumping in rhythm to the drumbeat of war. The two circled each other, their eyes locked. Achilles, quick as a striking serpent, lunged first. Hector deflected the blow with his shield, sparks flying as bronze met bronze. The crowd above gasped, their collective breath held as if the act of exhaling would tip the scales. Hector countered, his spear aimed for Achilles' heart. But Achilles sidestepped, his movements effortless, almost otherworldly. The battlefield echoed with the clang of weapons and the muffled thud of footsteps on the churned earth. The duel stretched on, a dance of death that was as mesmerizing as it was brutal. Sweat dripped from their brows. Achilles taunted Hector with words as sharp as his blade, while Hector fought with a quiet dignity, his strength unwavering. At last, Achilles saw his opening. A subtle misstep from Hector, perhaps a trick of fate or the will of the gods, left him vulnerable. Achilles' spear struck true, piercing Hector's armor and sinking deep. Time seemed to freeze as Hector fell to his knees, his life slipping away under the blazing sun. Achilles stood over his fallen foe, his face a mask of triumph and grief. For a moment, there was silence, broken only by the wind rustling the distant banners of Troy. He had avenged Patroclus, but the cost was heavy. Even in victory, the sting of mortality hung in the air. The Trojans wailed from the walls, their cries reaching the heavens. Achilles, ever the victor, turned his back to the gates of Troy, dragging Hector's lifeless body behind his chariot. It was a gesture of vengeance, a statement to the world that the wrath of Achilles was unmatched. As the sun dipped lower, painting the sky in streaks of crimson, the gods looked down from Olympus. Some rejoiced, others wept. For on that day the mortal realm had witnessed the raw power of rage and the fleeting nature of heroism,